What's up, everybody? It's Matt from 9 Day Performance. Behind me is a beautiful 2015 Dodge Charger RT that has come to us from one of our good customers. And what we're going to do is we're going to fix something that's a little problem. It has a little bit of a tick, but overall it's a very well kept, well running and driving vehicle. And he wants to go ahead and do a cam on it. So we have the FRP Mark 82 cam that we're going to be installing in this Dodge Charger, which doesn't require anything crazy, no stall converter, anything like that. It's a nice daily driver cam with a nice sound, nice power output, and we'll get rid of the MDS system on this car. First things first, we need to protect it like we do all of our cars, and we're going to go ahead and wrap the entire front end of it in saran wrap or coverings so we can be careful, and we're going to drop the entire subframe out of this car just to keep everything as together as possible, and we don't want to scratch anything. So trying to pull heads out the top or anything like that, you can scratch it, so we're going to drop everything out the bottom. It does have long tubes on it already. So we're going to go ahead and get that knocked out and out of the way. In the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and get it cleaned up, and then I'll walk you guys through the process of what we're doing on this one. If you have any questions, let us know. Like, subscribe, and share. And I'll see you guys here in a few. All right, now that we've got everything protected on the front end, now we're going to go ahead and show you guys this beautiful 2015 Dodge Charger. This thing is immaculate. It's one of the nicest 2015s I've ever seen. It looks like it's fresh off the showroom. The customer, Joe, takes very, very good care of this car. So much so that when he dropped it off, he said, you could eat off the engine. And he's not lying. I mean, if you look here, everything is just as it was when it got dropped off. This is after he traveled several hours here to our shop. So, I mean, everything is perfect. We're going to keep it that way. We're going to make sure everything stays nice, neat, unscratched. We did take off the cowl already. That's why it's a little dirty under there. Don't freak out, Joe. I'll wipe it off for you. I know you're probably going to say, hey, there's dirt under there. Make sure you get that off before you put it back together. But I got you. But if you look around here, just take a look at this beautiful Dodge Charger. Everything is immaculate. It looks like it's fresh off the showroom floor. We've had cars come in. Only other car I would say that's this clean is the one that we just had, the purple car that had 300 miles on it, original. Other than that, this one kind of takes the bait. All right, so we'll go over some of the rest of it a little later once we get everything back together. But for right now, Joe is waiting. He's very anxious. He wants us to get this FRP cam kit installed and done and out the way. I hear you, brother. We're going to go ahead and get this knocked out. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and get all these plastics taken off. So the engine cover will come off. This piece here will come off just so I don't damage it. The airbox will come off. I'll suck all the coolant out of the system. I'll remove the coolant reservoir tank, most likely, just so I have room. And under here, we have tons of plugs we got to unplug, disconnect. We're going to go underneath the car. We're going to disconnect the transmission. So as far as the drive shaft is going to get disconnected, the exhaust is going to come down. And then once I get all of that taken care of, the engine, transmission will come down as one complete assembly. It'll sit down on the floor. We'll do the cam swap on it, and we'll throw it right back up in the car as if nothing ever happened. Stay tuned to the video. Subscribe if you haven't already. Check out some more videos on our channel. We have tons of different cars, different builds, different processes, how-to videos, and more. And if you want to see something on the channel that's not here yet, go ahead and go in the comment section. Just comment what you want to see. If you want to see us wrap a car, if you want to see us build something crazy. I mean, we have something behind me over here. This is a Chrysler 300 that's going to be insane. Nothing you've ever seen before. So stay tuned to the channel for that one. But we have plenty of projects, plenty of different things coming at you very soon. And let's go ahead and get into this project so we can get it knocked out and out the door. All right, and we're back. So we got the 15 charger tore apart. As you can see behind me, we got the intake manifold off just for ease of removal. We're going to drop the entire engine out the bottom. And just so you guys know, one thing, if you're doing this at home, you don't have to take the AC compressor completely out of the vehicle. If you want to save your Freon, your refrigerant, whatever you call it, saves you a lot of money and saves my customers money when I don't have to do it. It saves me a headache. That way I don't have to worry about recharging the system, getting moisture, getting leaks, anything like that. So as you can see down there, I have the AC compressor completely removed from the block. And when we move the motor is going to go down, we're going to move that over to the side and the AC compressor will stay with the car. So we're going to leave that in along with the rest of the system so it stays closed. So that when we put it back together, we don't have to recharge this system. We don't have to worry about trying to fight with that, because I've had times where customers have been, oh, my AC feels not as cold now, or my AC was different before. So I didn't even touch the AC. I leave it completely intact. So we have no differences from when you pick it up to when you drop it off, unless we absolutely have to. This is the same for all of the builds that we have. We never take the AC compressors off the cars unless we have to, or unless we're doing like an interchiller system. So basically now I have a couple of wires to disconnect from back there. I gotta disconnect the MDS solenoid from down there. But everything else, knock sensors, starter, alternators off, AC compressors off, belts off, hoses are off, the coolant's evacuated, lower coolant hose is off. And then we have our friends here, jack stands. So we're going to use the jack stands. We put jack stands underneath the cradle and underneath the transmission. We're going to lower the entire assembly down and we're going to get the cam installed. And we did just discover that this does have a rear main seal leak. So we're going to go ahead and take care of that while we have everything down. It's a lot easier at that point. There's some are asking why we're dropping it out of the bottom instead of just taking the bumper off. Well, it's because we have long tube headers on this car. And pulling the heads off of long tube headers can be a hassle. Not to mention it can scratch up the strut towers on the sides. We don't want to scratch anything on this car. We want everything to look exactly like it did whenever he dropped it off. So we're taking all of the precautions to make sure that everything's done in the safest manner possible. But without further ado, I'm going to get these few wires knocked off, get the jack stands underneath the vehicle, and then I'll check back in with you when we start pulling the body off the car and leaving the motor and transmission on the floor. Be back here in just a few. You want me to do the intro? Intro? What do you think we've been doing? What have we been doing, Austin?
You see, the motor is not motoring.
See, this is what I gotta deal with on a daily basis. This man said the motor is not motoring. Alright, anyways, we're gonna get the motor out of the 2015 Charger now with the help of Austin, who's special, and Cam, who's half. He said half special. I mean, I don't think he's. We're gonna see. But let's go ahead and get that damn motor out.